Just wanted to post up a quick video. I was visiting my dad's grave this morning, and I would go up once a week or so, whatever, spend a bit of time beside the grave, usually up with the children. But when we're up there, you usually take a walk around the graveyard and look at all the different gravestones, read the names, and people of all walks of life, people who were babies, God rest them, the teenagers, people in 20s, 30s, right up to over 100. And we also look at what gravestones have been there the longest. Bit of a morbid game, actually, when I think about it, when I start talking about it. But it always gets me thinking about how many people in that graveyard, when their story ended, they had regrets. Because when we were caring for my dad in the last few weeks of his life, he would tell stories just about different things. And one of the ones he told was in the early 80s, my father would have worked on the roads, brilliant at his job in regards to digging up the foundations, laying the pipes and the structure in them. So all the roads, especially all the motorways, drive throughout Ireland, in the Republic of Ireland in the north, he would have been the one working on them, laying all those pipes. So, along with his work colleagues, obviously. So around that time, he's always working for another company, but he was at a stage where he was going to take on a contract himself. Would have been a big contract, would have been his own boss, and went out on his own. And obviously in the 80s, especially in the north, the troubles were happening, and he was on a building site, and one of his work colleagues was shot dead on the digger next to him, and my dad helped pull him from that digger. So obviously that's a major traumatic event that had happened, and at that stage my mum and dad spoke about this here, and they had all us as their children, and dad thought, you know what, I'll be safer going and working with who's my granda, and because he didn't want us to get a call to say he had died. And it was a big decision for him and for his family, so he done that. But when he tells them stories, you can see the regret he had, that he maybe just didn't even just stay true to himself or what he felt, and went out and done that, went out and took on that contract and become his own boss, and see how he would have survived in that line of work. And it's quite sad and to watch somebody talk like that, because he done the best he could throughout his life. And it gets me thinking about us, everyone watching this video, because everyone in that graveyard can't right the wrongs, they can't learn from their mistakes, they can't, those regrets will have to stay with them. But every day we get up, we have a new opportunity to learn from our past. We have a new opportunity to right those wrongs, and we have a new opportunity to live a life without regrets. So it gets me thinking about, even that phone call you've meant to make to that family member or that friend, and you keep putting it off because something keeps coming in the way, and you're like, I'll get in touch with them, because someday it'll be too late. Someday that person won't be here, or you won't be here, and you maybe think, Jesus, I didn't get to tell them how much actually they cared to me, or how much they meant to me, because I just kept putting it off. So don't just make that call. Or you're working too hard and you're spending all your time in the office, and you're not spending enough time with your family or your friends. Because when you're in your deathbed, you're not going to sit there and think, geez, I'm really glad I put those extra hours in the office. And your kids aren't going to thank you for it either. It's about having a balance. It's important we work and provide, but it's also important we have a balance to our lives. Because being there for our kids' sports days, leaving them to school the odd day that you can, being there for their recitals, or even just wrestling with them in the house, or playing with them out in the back garden, or going for those walks. They're time spent with the family, and That's the most important thing you can get. That 2-week holiday a year that you see them isn't actually going to cut it for them or for yourself. And that will be a great regret. So that's an opportunity now to try and change that. Or you're thinking, God, I wish I could lose a bit of weight. Well, you can. You can just make different changes in order to do that. So these are all things that are in our grasp now, that we have an opportunity that we can change so we don't have those regrets. Or, you're in that toxic relationship that you know it's not really good for you, but you're staying in it because you're scared to be alone. Just get out of it. Because then when you find something else, whether it's being at peace with yourself or whether you'll find someone else to grow with, you'll realise how toxic that was. So don't live in that misery. Or you're surrounded by toxic people who are holding you back and keeping you down. Change, get out of that circle. You're definitely not going to regret getting out of a circle of people who are holding you back, because then you find like-minded people and you grow together. All of these things we can change now to ourselves, so we're not going to have regrets. Because everybody who has died with regrets, that's what it is. They've remained with them. So after my first video, a friend of mine actually contacted me and said, I enjoyed the video, but he was telling me about when he was growing up. He was a very intelligent guy, and it was expected of him to go to college and university and get his degrees and do everything, and he'd done all of that. But at 35, he's like, fuck this isn't for me. He'd had enough, he wasn't happy. So he wanted to be a chef, and he started to just decide to be a chef. 6 years later, the guy's now living in London and is the head chef of one of the top restaurants in London. I thought that was massively powerful. And he actually wrote to me, I have no regrets. Of course he doesn't. He has no regrets for making that choice, because he went from doing something he wasn't happy with to doing something that he's now happy with. And when you find something that you're happier with, you'll find you'll work extra hard, and then you will blossom and grow in that role. And that's exactly what he's done. So no matter what it is you've been putting it off, stop putting it off. Let's start to all make a little change in our life, so we're not going to be one of those people come to the end of it all and we're living in regrets. If you're sitting in your comfort zone and you're just gliding through life, that's going to become a regret for you. Or if your biggest worry during the day is, what am I going to watch on Netflix tonight? You're not testing yourself. You're not being true to yourself. No matter what it is, go out there, help yourself grow, help yourself develop, make that call, spend that more time with that person. Or if you're just unhappy in life, just try and get those changes in. Stop taking yourself and life too serious, and start to try and enjoy things a little bit more. Peace and love.